All mother sentient beings, limitless of space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience, may they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment. All mother sentient beings, limitless of space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience, may they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment. For that purpose, until I attain Buddhahood, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. Until death, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. From today until this time tomorrow, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. I take refuge in the Buddhas until I attain the essence of awakening. Likewise, I take refuge in the Dharma and in the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. Just as the Buddhas of the past gave rise to bodhicitta and progressed along the Bodhisattva's path, so shall I give rise to bodhicitta for the benefit of all beings and practice the stages of the Bodhisattva's path. I take refuge in the Buddhas until I attain the essence of awakening. Likewise, I take refuge in the Dharma and in the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. Just as the Buddhas of the past gave rise to bodhicitta and progressed along the Bodhisattva's path, so shall I give rise to bodhicitta for the benefit of all beings and practice the stages of the Bodhisattva's path. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. May all mother sentient beings, limitless of space, have happiness in the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering in the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, limitless of space, have happiness in the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering in the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is
free.
They rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. Lord Akso Alovakishvara Gelong Mapalmo Yesu Sangpo Dawa Shunu Penyapa Jagsen Dagyal Nipukpa Puton Dojegial Sangtong Drajik Kempo Tsidulwa Dewa Chenpa Scholar Kunsangwa Shera Bumpa Gyalse Rinpoche Konchok Sampo Lama Ngawangwa Changchup Senge Kenching Nyak Pukpa Sonam Dar Jampal Sangpo Sangye Nyepa Mikyo Dorje Konchok Yelang Wangchuk Dorje Choki Wangchuk Ngagi Wangchuk Tulku Dugyu Tempa Namgyal Karma Changme Pema Kunga Trili Wangjung Sherab Trakpa Tenzing Dudug Master Tenzing Tinle Karma Nedung Tempa Rabgye and all the root and lineage gurus of great kindness, I supplicate you, please grant me your blessings. The entire surface of the earth become a pure land, free from stones and gravel, even like the level palm, and in nature smooth as lapis lazuli. Protector of all sentient beings without exception, deity who destroys the endless hosts of Mara, perfect knower of all things without exception, victorious one and retinue, please come to this place. As I offer you these pleasant and wide lotus flowers, as big as a billion of worlds, with 100 petals and the pollen beds, please be seated and be comfortable. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confessions, rejoicing, requesting, and beseeching, I dedicate for the complete enlightenment of all beings. Please turn the wheel of the Dharma of the greater and lesser vehicles and the teachings common to both, according to the disposition and mental capacities of sentient beings.
Nam kha tam nyam be sim chin tam che nam chin la na me pa yang da pa zo san je je gong pang to pa sa che de tek pa chen bu so jong nang ne song wa sa nyam san chou chou de sem ji pa dan jie de sin cha Dun chimi la jen be tomba songwa ne 听命解读呢，你呢那这个东巴西千百度所送完沙瓦当，你特清的上秋节甚至甚百个样色lang呢，你主动的出春色热线。늘 팍팍지의 즈게 지렘 라예 남절당대와 냠설랑너 상하 사회 주제가 톱당돈바 인라 든절와 인 애양 훈제 자세 당 제바 남젠제 뼈철 강인바 애니 란주라 책서 자신 엘레만다와 돈바 수첨산 돈바시 작바 인바 제다 문제 시바라소 렘진 준비 중세 문나 애양족부 산제 남네 추니 대비니 당 지순 돈바 시바나 대비인 시바 르비에 자당 차와 나나 자종바 半岛借用定阳大把做先马日本你头大上了，昔日去趟去落住节把那阳大把做不上节，本来可落就是节不大江西的大呢，这也有啦说办就办了，刚那女把没办那就让说亚瓦多的。 자포테니 송진의 심친 탐체라 타라바탄 탐체인 침배 람마노르와 동진 인동 코나 언제바 바장시다고 난카탄 양배 심친 탐체라 마주르 인도 핀도바 특제 침배 컬 남신 특바 침배 라나메 바동던바 랑보 침보 란동탈 심바나 사와 세진 인동 헐 렘바나 세파 레뇽제 드파 방와나 콜보 냥이란데 곰팡이 바나 랑게 동지소 도바 콜베 네레 마타르와시 바 땅이다 뉴모바레 탐치 세바나 시바 공도 조와 용서 세바 통타 발도 개베 추둔바나 양탁비가 시반 칭화 탐시 제바나 렉반 남바 조베 더 남바 탐친 진바 이신하와나 렉반 남바 조베 시랍지 대다게 시반에 관계 지소로바 대빈식 배용딩 대지서 제다서 공농상 촉심 땜발 이정 란동 야와도와 심친 탐체제 동제 설당 내값 눈토라 고바나 핀발살 설당 파톡 니렉랑 고바나 조와살 설당 센나 렌데장바나 모게미 발살 설당 시당 준대장바나 내미 발살 설당 람산 촉제 소제 추난 용서 조발살 설당 레라나메 바양타 바조버산 촉니 바똑발살 설당 제게도 오지 산진이 배샤네 개왕타다 양다 소와탄 득바마 남바 종와테 깁수 설당 득바 남절 설 대진식 소종 가사도 시송바 따르 소종가 돈바 제따르 랑신 송와 대다도 다게장 심친 탐치 제 동당 펜바다 조와 라소바 구바 대다게 셀 그 다다네 종대 집시 상년마 마샤제 바도 일라 좀 돈바 让마냥把철진 더 송화 지워 그냥 내야지들 또
Now listen with the motivation of bodhicitta set upon supreme awakening and think, having taken the healing and purifying Sojong vows of the great vehicle, I will keep them so that all sentient beings, limitless as space, may attain the state of perfect and complete Buddhahood. The observation of the 8 temporary vows of the lesser vehicle, referred to as the 8th branch, one-day NyungNe vow, is observed by householders. When these vows are observed while imbued with the intent of bodhicitta, in accordance with the Mahayana, they become the discipline of refraining from misdeeds. In this practice, one combines the observance of the temporary vows with the generation stage practice of the deity yoga of noble Avalokiteshvara, and for this reason it becomes a yogic practice of the action tantra, Kriya Tantra class of the secret mantra, and a branch of the secret mantra vows. Thus, when one commits to apply one's own mind stream in the manner of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the past, and one does not transgress their ways, it is called the discipline of vowed restraints, or a vow. The following is a brief commentary on the meaningful parts of the text one by one, beginning with, just as the previous Tathagatas, Arhats, the perfectly complete Buddhas. Since the perfectly complete Buddhas are those who have proceeded in accordance with the natural state just as it is, they are Tathagatas, thus gone ones. Because they have separated from the enemy the 4 Maras, they are Arhats, foe destroyers. And since they have completely perfected the qualities of renunciation and realization, having awakened from the deep sleep of ignorance and having come to understand all knowable phenomena, they are perfectly complete Buddhas. For example, when the heavenly steed of a wheel-turning king enters into battle with the enemy, it does so intrepidly and without travail. It is willing to forsake its own life in order to protect the king. Likewise, because they show the unmistaken path to liberation and omniscience to all sentient beings, and because they are solely devoted to the purpose of others, the Tathagatas are like a heavenly steed. Furthermore, because it is with great compassion that they carry the burden of benefiting all sentient beings as limitless as space without being asked, and since they also demonstrate the unsurpassed meaning of Mahayana, they are like a great elephant. Furthermore, having brought their task to completion, they did what needed to be done. Having actively sought the benefit of others, they have completed their tasks. Abandoning the obscurations of karma and afflictions, they have laid down all their burdens, having achieved nirvana, the state beyond sorrow, and they reach their own goal. Due to eliminating all distorted views which prevent escape from the samsaric state and all the afflictive emotions, they have completely destroyed their bonds to existence. By demonstrating the Dharma that is virtuous in the beginning, middle, and end, their speech is utterly perfect. Having severed all ties with samsaric existence, their minds are perfectly free, and because they possess the wisdom that knows everything, their wisdom is completely liberated. This describes the qualities that arise in whomever follows the example of the Tathagatas. Thereafter, since the Tathagatas have forsaken concern for themselves in order to show others how to train in the motivation of bodhicitta, it says that they act for the sake of all sentient beings. Because they temporarily establish beings in a higher birth, they benefit them. Because they ultimately establish beings in definite goodness, they liberate them. Because they have purified karmic results of stinginess, it says they eliminate famine. And because they have purified the karmic results of hatred, it says they act to heal beings from illness. Furthermore, the complete perfection of Dharma directed towards awakening, accomplished by them, is the path, and the definitely realized, unsurpassed, perfectly complete awakening, accomplished by them, is the result. Regarding this practice, the second Buddha, Padmasambhava Udayana, has said, "It fully restores, so, all virtue, and purifies Jom, all negativity without exception. Since it restores virtue and completely purifies negativity, the Tathagata has called this the practice of Sojong. Thus it is said that one should think, I shall take up and keep the Sojong vows properly, and for the sake of all sentient beings I shall benefit them, and thereby liberate them, and so on. With this
So, Pyona Yokwa Sanje Tang.
Semchen Nanki Sampa Tang.
they eliminate famine, and because they have pierced the path, and the definitely realized, unsurpassed, perfectly complete awakening, it fully restores, so, all virtue, and purifies Zhong, all negativity without exception. Since it restores virtue and completely purifies negativity, the Tathagata has called this the practice of Sojong. Thus it is said that one should think, I shall take up and keep the Sojong vows properly, and for the sake of all sentient beings I shall benefit them, and thereby liberate them, and so on. With this intention I shall take up the 8 branch vows and keep them properly, and without corruption from this very moment until sunrise tomorrow. Keeping this in mind, one repeats accordingly.
So, Pyona Yokwa Sanje Tang.
Chosu Cheno Shepe Sangye Tang.
Sanjo Semba Tamche Tang.
Changchung Sepa Tamche Dang.
Jomden de Nyami Shakje Jago Tang.
Jomde de Nyame Shakya Gyalpo Dang.
Akpa Jine Ze Wanso Dala Gongso Sol.
Pakpa Chenwe Zi Wangchu Dagla Gonsu Sol.
Jetan Hunje de Yinshikpa.
Jitang Gongi de Shin Shepa.
Rajomba Yang Taupa Zope Sanje.
Da Chompa Yang Dapa Zope Sangye.
Da Jiang Xi Dawa.
Ta Chang Che Tawa.
Lampo Chenpo.
Lampo Chempo.
Sawa Session.
Jawa Jeshin.
Sepa Sepa.
Chepa Chepa.
Korporwa.
Korbo Wa.
Dagi Dongji So Topa.
Dagi Dozen Su Topa.
Sepa Kundo Jorwa Yongso Sepa.
Sipa Kundu Joa Yonsu Sepa.
Yang Dakpe Kwa.
Yang Dakpe Ka.
Lepan Namba Jorwa Top.
Lepa Nampa Doe Tuk.
Lepan Namba Jorwa Shirapji Namji.
Lepa Nampa Doe Sherab Chen Denamki.
Semchin Tamcheje Dongje Setang.
Semchen Tamche Ki Dogi Che Tang.
Pemba Sawe Setang.
Pempa Chawe Chirdang.
Dowa Sawe Setang.
Dowa Chawe Chirdang.
Nemi Par Sawe Setang.
Ne Mepa Chawe Chirdang.
Moge Me Par Sawe Setang.
Muge Mepa Chawe Chirdang.
Sanchokje Soji.
Changchu Ki Soki.
Chuna Yongso Do Par Sawe Setang.
Chonam Yaso Zopa Chewe Chirdang.
Lana Mepa Yang Taupa Zope Sanchok.
La Nepa Yang Dapa Zope Changchup.
To Par Sawe Se.
Dopa Chawe Chir.
Sojong Nimpa Lamba Te Yinda.
Sojo Ngepa Lapa De Shindu.
Da Punima Shi Jiwe Jang.
Dagmiel Sheki Sapo.
Tundene Zongte.
Du Deni Sonte.
Gypsy Sangyama Ma Shaje Barda.
Jisi Siman Ma Shaki Bardu.
Sojong Ba Yang Taupa Lama Jewo.
Sojo Ngepa Yang Pa Dapar. Lampagio. All Buddhas and Bodhisattvas dwelling in 10 directions, blessed Lord, peerless King of the Shakyas, and noble Lord Avalokiteshvara, please heed me. Just as the previous Tathagatas, Arhats, and perfectly complete Buddhas, who like the heavenly steed and the great elephant did what had to be done, completed their task, laid down all the burdens, reached their own goal, and completely destroyed the bonds to existence, whose speech is perfect, utterly perfect, whose mind are perfectly free, and whose wisdom is completely liberated, who, for the sake of all sentient beings, in order to benefit them, liberate them, heal them from illness, and to eliminate famine, in order to fully perfect all Dharma directed toward awakening, and to realize unsurpassed, perfectly complete awakening, most definitely took up the practice of Sojong. In the same way, I, who am called Dagmyael, from now on until sunrise tomorrow, shall most definitely and perfectly take up the Sojong vows. All Buddhas and Bodhisattvas dwelling in the 10 directions, blessed Lord, peerless King of the Shakyas, and noble Lord Avalokiteshvara, please heed me. Just as the previous Tathagata, Arhats, and perfectly complete Buddhas, who like the heavenly steed and the great elephant, did what had to be done, completed their tasks, laid down all the burdens, reached their own goal, and completely destroyed the bonds to existence, whose speech is utterly perfect, whose mind are perfectly free, and whose wisdom is completely liberated, who, for the sake of all sentient beings, in order to benefit them, liberate them, heal them from illness, and to eliminate famine, in order to fully perfect all Dharma directed toward awakening, and to realize unsurpassed, perfectly complete awakening, most definitely took up the practice of Sojong. In the same way, I, who am called Dagmyael, from now on until sunrise tomorrow, shall most definitely and perfectly take up the Sojong vows.
Teyang dun chemin la jemba domba shi sawa shi chum je yin la je ba yu je yin la je dur yu je yin la som nam yu pa le tang bu ran yu je ni ju domba shi ba shi chum je yin la je domba tam che je za wa yin ba na za wa ye xi zha de 培养没人着话大姐，他那受差受多把吸收引起的受么就把他接，一节大多数就这全部大姐，他那看不把谁看这讲，马上把门铃把他你，泡沫你这的吃不得话等等。 年娃大姐，chắc xem je pin chung ta wa zam yang me ri ban ma zang ba ju ba bang ba tan som rang la salam je yong din me jiang yong din yu ba zun ba me chu la me zun qian bo da jie ta na ge ri tang zhe mi ce yang yin le ba si be zun men ha ba ta ye ye 把有这人那这呢，长风把人的，那马帮呢，然就把没把就是长给你，让到这那看起没细线，让你这东把让玩呀，一呢，没给我就把东把刚阳送门的把呢，然后呢，说这样强当。 让当每多所因拍巴当加入剧本相当，因呀行多当，再往拉出你把是热动汤去，半个把电影，都是有电影那是让你懂电影把真把所谓切到，切了呢把切到就把得到等呢。 Giả sử je je chu zang di ji sở su pe Turjok Chorgek Zichut Samba Gavarta Zindin So Jasimbo Lula Goa Medo Tan Remboche Laso and Chunga Lula Jimbar Sipa Te Mai Nachata Do Laso Pangli Jinja Rexum Zemota Jege Chit Luje Yela Yowa Tang Naga Tam Nazo Nawaso Pangbane Guardian Namba Jeva Tang Devin Jericho Tang Denjo Tang Dembe Naga Lolemba Bawang Tang Lingwaso Romon Tu Jersepa Nan Bongwa Zemo Zi Sum Du Mayin Ba Nyama Yor Pinche Gomba Donga Serve Chotan Jaso Donga Le Jiba Serve Jiba Sindang Xinyu Xingdo La So Zabjana Longmaje Chugang Le Lapa Chiting Tumpo Ranjin Parpa Mu Ba Dargutang Bazek So Chiting Chimbo La Mando Pale Darso Zemo Rexon Dang Chinso Jinje Rexonbo Jigdo Turyoke Yena Son Yena Jeponde Jisi Sanyama Masha Jepat Manyampa Songwa Sao Cha Songwa Jio Nyampa Deya Jidu Zo
The words starting with, just as the previous, constitute the prayer of taking the 8 temporary vows. These 8 branches are then further divided into the 4 branches of discipline, the single branch of attentiveness, and the 3 branches of subduing discipline. The first branches are the 4 branches of discipline which restrain one's own mind from unwholesome actions. Since these are the roots of all vows, they are known as the 4 roots. They are as follows. The first is to not kill any being. Besides not killing a human being, one should not even kill a louse or its eggs, which also belong to the realm of living beings. The second root is to not steal. Besides not stealing large possessions owned by others, one should not even steal a morsel of food. The third root is to abandon non-celibate conduct. Besides not pursuing the meeting of males and females for the enjoyment of sexual intercourse, one should not even look at one another with a lustful mind. The fourth root is to not speak lies. Besides not telling a great lie, such as falsely proclaiming oneself as having high human qualities, or lying about having qualities on the bhumis and paths that one does not have, one should not even fool others jokingly while playing around. The single branch of attentiveness is to abstain from alcohol. If one does not abandon this action, one's mind will become careless. When intoxicated by alcohol, one cannot be aware of every aspect of what to do and what not to do, and one also forgets about the vows one has taken. Due to this, one engages in non-virtuous actions and is therefore unable to keep any of one's vows. For this reason, one should abandon all intoxicating food and drink, such as alcohol made from fermented grains, such as wheat or barley, or alcohol made from honey, flowers, or any other fermented substance, as well as intoxicating fruit or roots. As for the 3 branches of subduing discipline, in order to refresh the recollection of one's vows, one subdues all of one's activities as a lay householder and follows after the excellent conduct of bodhisattvas. Thus, one engages in subduing. First, one abandons dressing up and looking attractive, or applying sweet scents like camphor and sandalwood, which are applied with the intention to charm. Then one abandons adorning one's body with garlands of flowers, jewels, and so on. One abandons earrings, bracelets, and so on, which are the 3 kinds of adornment. One abandons moving one's limbs for the sake of frolic and laughter, and one vows to remain silent in various ways, which refers to abandoning the 3 kinds of entertainment dancing, singing melodiously by elevating and lowering one's voice, and playing instruments such as string instruments or flutes. Second, one abandons eating at inappropriate times and does not consume from noon until sunrise the next day any food such as grains and fruit to quell one's hunger. One may, however, drink liquids such as water and tea to quell the pangs of thirst. Third, one abandons sitting on high and luxurious seats. This means not to sit upon any seat higher than 1 cubit, or upon seats bedecked with silks and brocades, or tigers and leopard skin, which are unsuitable for ordinary people. Thus, when the 3 kinds of entertainment, including dancing, and the 3 kinds of adornment, such as garlands, are considered as one branch, these are the 3 branches of subduing discipline. Thus, thinking, I shall keep these 8 branches without corruption until sunrise tomorrow, one repeats the following.
Dine sokju mabzashin.
Dine sokju mi chanshin.
Yinje noryang lamabza.
Shingi noyam lang mi cha.
Tikpe chukyang mibjejin.
Dikpe chukya mi che ching.
Zunje tsukyang mannawo.
Zungi chikya mi hwa.
Dine mangpo nyetenpe.
Yoni magpo nete pe.
Changne yongso pamarsa.
Changi yoso pawa cha.
Chitin chinto mabzashin.
Diten chito mi chanshin.
Tebyin duma yinpe se.
Deshin duma ipaze.
Chadang chungwa dangne jin.
Tidan tewa dangin jing.
Lodang garso pamarsa.
Ludan kaso pawa cha.
Chetar jachon tadone.
Jeta tachum tatuni.
Sokju laso mibzepa.
Socho la so mi chepa.
Tetar sokju laso pang.
Deta sucho la so pang.
Ami sanchong yu topsho.
Lame changchu nyuto shok.
Dungha mangchok simchina.
Dunga ma tuk semchenam.
Sipen sole do warsho.
Pipe chole doa sho. From now on, I will not kill, I will not steal the belongings of others. I will not engage in sexual activities. I will not speak false words. I will totally abstain from alcohol as it a gateway for many mistakes. I will not sit on a high and luxury seats. I will not eat at inappropriate times. I will not use perfumes, jewelry, and ornaments. I will avoid entertainment such as song and dance. Just as the Arhats refrained at all times from these actions, such as taking the lives of others, I shall avoid these actions, such as taking lives of others. May I swiftly attain unsurpassed awakening, and may the sentient beings fraught with many sufferings be freed from the ocean of cyclic existence. From now on, I will not kill, I will not steal the belongings of others. I will not engage in sexual activities. I will not speak false words. I will totally abstain from alcohol as it a gateway for many mistakes. I will not sit on high and luxury seats. I will not eat at inappropriate times. I will not use perfumes, jewelry, and ornaments. I will avoid entertainment such as song and dance. Just as the Arhats refrained at all times from these actions, such as taking the lives of others, so shall I avoid these actions such as taking the lives of others. May I swiftly attain unsurpassed awakening, and may sentient beings fraught with many sufferings be freed from the ocean of cyclic existence. So,
Te tawa tsuchum teni tar senpa sawe che de pakpa tongyu xiaokwe parzhi de senpa chokge nyingbo. Zongle songwa tsuchum namdar ke zongde depe tusum je jarwa se tang jebe. Tsuchum je pongbo tamche rangju lao zokwa si pa tang. Nungche tsuchum charwe nipa tamche takpar si jing sinche manyamba si pa so. 听的嘛当听吧，俺别也记得住。
In order to develop such discipline to perfection, the Dharani of the essence of the 6 paramitas of the noble Amoghapasha Sutra mentions the numerous benefits of this Dharani, such as, by reciting this Dharani of pure discipline, the entire accumulation of ethical discipline of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 3 times will be brought to perfection within one's own mind stream, and all faults of one's previous violations of discipline will be purified, and henceforth one's discipline will not decline. Thus repeat the Dharani.
Om Amongashala.
Om Amokashila.
Sambara Sambara.
Sambara Sambara.
Barabara Mahashuddha.
Barabara Mahashuddha.
Satopema Babakada.
Satvapema Bibuketa.
Buddha Dara Dara.
Buddha Dara Dara.
Samita Avalokite Home Pay Sofa.
Samanta Avalokiti Hum Pesvaha.
Om Amongashala.
Om Amokashila.
Sambara Sambara.
Sambara Sambara.
Barabara Mahashuddha.
Barabara Mahashuddha.
Satopema Babakada.
Satvapema Bibuketa.
Buddha Dara Dara.
Buddha Dara Dara.
Samita Avalokite.
Samanta Avalokite.
Home Pay Sofa.
Hum Pesvaha.
Om Amongashala.
Om Amokashila.
Sambara Sambara.
Sambara Sambara.
Barabara Mahashuddha.
Barabara Mahashuddha.
Satopema Babakada.
Satvapema Bibuketa.
Buddha Dara Dara.
Buddha Dara Dara.
Samita Avalokite.
Samanta Avalokite.
Home Pay Sofa.
Hum Pesvaha.
Amagushula Sundara Sundara Dara Dara Mahashuddha. Dara Samento Avana Ho Bezo Amango Chulo Sum Buru Sum Bara 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 Mahashata Soto Pemanda Dara Samento Avana Ho Bezo Amango Chulo Sum Buru Sum Bara 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 Mahashata Pemanda Dara Samento Avana Ho Bezo Namago Shulu Boro Bara 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 Mahashata Sado Bimam Yapina Dara Samento Lokata Home Beso Yamaga Shala Sambara Para Mahashata Sato Bakano Dara Samento Lokata Home Beso Amanga Shila Sambara Bara Mahashata Sado Bakana Dara Samenta Lokata Homber Amanga Shila Sambara Bara Mahashata Sado Bakana Dara Samenta Lokata Homber Go Shilo Sambara Bara Mahashata Sado Bimanda Dara Samenta Lokata Homber Sowa Tene Sanchok Samba Sambe Sanchok Je Juba Je Ba Che Ni Lin Sam Che Lin Sam De Samba Chaku Molan Tapa La Te Lam Deva Tang Juba Deva Apa Mandu Chodo Ban Je Pa Sambe Molan Le Song Suchum Je Parar De Samba Yongso Zo Parsi Pen Molam De Je Tu Zo.
Furthermore, when the bodhisattvas of the past performed enlightened actions out of love, having made fervent aspirations throughout the 3 periods of the day and the 3 periods of the night, they enjoyed ease on the path. The path was applied with ease, and they completed the accumulations of many eons. Thus, one repeats the aspiration that completely perfects the paramita of discipline, which has arisen out of an aspiration of love, through flawless discipline in accordance with the rules of conduct.
Tinki Tsultum Keme Ching
Sutrum Nambar Dadang Ding
Tsutim Nampar Dadang Den
Lopsin Mepe Sutrum Je
Lomse Mepe Tsutim Ki
Sutrum Paro Sendo Sho
Tsutim Paro Jitso Sho. Through flawless discipline in accordance with the rules of conduct, through perfectly pure discipline, and through discipline devoid of arrogance, may I carry the perfection of discipline to completion.
Gong Pak Pak Le Zhe Pie Xian Ni So Byung Dong Ju La Lu Yi Yong Pa Ji Pa Pe Mi Nam La Zo War Ji Ji Song Ba Tar Zhong Din De Xiar Yu Pe Kap Ran Dong Yi Ji Tang Ji Pe Mi Ne Li Ni Song Wa Nam Jiang Sam Che Zar Song Jie Lai Er De Ji Xian NyingNe Jungzi Nyamba Da Jia Qi Ri Ji Lan Ne Se Ji Wei Pei Yong Ba De Mi Ba Song Xian De Le Jiang Che Ba De Da Wa Zhu Ne Do Le Gang Ji Ga Ba Sam Ji Me Chap Ba Jar Wa Se Wa Mang La Chu Zi Ne Gang Ji Tam Chu Ra Den Ji Ba Ne Deshipin la gakpar chupece. Ninsin tule la pa chupa. Tene tele sunan papar song. Shiba tar. Timba jepece. Yungu tomba song wang le. Bata sanji je timba tar tukke kamder. Ninsin jik do domba na jik song wa pinyung che she. yang sang chok sim je sim bu dun bu pin nam ka tan chip zong mi je zo pa sang je gong pang to par jo la she pa tari je kap su jo nga tor je te pa la tan nga je nam jo sa mo tang de wan yam so lang pa chim da ren zeng je char de ku je xie zang go yang me ci zhe zhu le men jiang le xia jia jin bu qiu ge mu zhu tou ba shi ba yin ba ga wa gong xin de da ge wa de yang yong hong wa ji ma te ne control so jin ga xie ge xie ban ju ba yin bei de na ge za san qiu qin ho wa de ye ji de zu.
The glorious protector Arya Nagarjuna said, "Grant the vows of Sojong to men and women alike so that they may obtain the pleasing bodies of the gods who act as they wish." Thus, in the past, when Lord Buddha was alive, even those who kept the one-day NyungNe vows a single time, with merely a selfish mind, were reborn in the God realm of the 33. Since even those who have slightly transgressed the one-day NyungNe vows will be reborn in the God abodes of the four great kings, it is said that the benefits of taking the vows are unfathomable. Moreover, it specifically states in the Moon Lamp Sutra that the merit of practicing a single precept for a single day and night during an era when the holy Dharma is being destroyed and the teachings of the Sugata are coming to an end is far greater to making offerings to millions of Buddhas for inconceivable eons. The merit of practicing a single precept for a single day and night during an era when the holy Dharma is being destroyed and the teachings of the Sugata are coming to an end is far greater to making offerings to millions of Buddhas for inconceivable eons. Thus, it is of greater benefit to keep a single vow for a single day during the final times of the present Buddha's teachings than it would have been to keep vows for a long time during former times when the teachings flourished. Furthermore, the benefits of taking vows with a mind of bodhicitta are immeasurable like space and will lead to the attainment of the state of complete Buddhahood. In particular, in the present context, by engaging in this practice in relation to a deity of the secret mantra Vajrayana and the profound yogas of the Mantrayana, one will join the ranks of the Vidyadharas in this very life, and however long it may take, it will not take more than 16 lifetimes to attain the supreme city of Mahamudra. Thus rejoice. However, if you do not seal such virtues in the end with dedication, they can become exhausted through various conditions such as anger. Therefore, please dedicate these roots of virtue toward great awakening by repeating the following.
By this merit may I attain omniscience. Having defeated the enemies, my wrongdoings, may I liberate all beings who are tossed in the ocean of samsara by the waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death. In the Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly, I take refuge until attaining enlightenment. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings.
Om Soba Vajita Soba Dhamma Soba Yadava no tom je dong ba dong ba ngang jin je ten ye tom je ong do yan ne kang wa na ni tu ji jin do na ba so yi tu ka na Ali Davi Jingo Tundura Sinbarja Tanandanjananga Narin Dansha Jinjo Nando Dobi Dede Udore Jingo Jipete Ranga Tagara Nehunchu Purdino Mata Taji Jimbo Ne Dari Sanje Sanje Kova Jinja Yoga Ju Chanji Dom Jinde Kudur Jinde Ngoni Kanyo Sumje To Tela Santala Tesum Deva Shiva Chidi Kudu Simjana Jinese Nangataya Chobi Chud Yozi Banala Santalo Tenji Magu Kundo Kado Sanje Jelaji Taji Jinjin Rola Yejin Santado Jaganaka Yinda Yazukanya Yindon Sosa Tadan Shira Jolangan Deva Chilo Santala Dagi Ninga Sang Nentupene Tudupeda Mami Tujo Shoji Sonze Pela Manan Jencho
Om Svabhava Shuddha Sava Dhamma Svabhava Shuddhoham. All phenomena become void. From within the state of emptiness, upon a precious ground, appears a lovely, boundless palace, complete with all the perfect attributes, within which I vividly appears as great compassionate one. Arising from a moon disk at my heart is marked with a syllable Shri. From the Shri at my heart, light rays radiate and invite the glorious Guru, who is indivisible from the great compassionate one. Surrounded by the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the four families, he appears in the space in front of me and sits upon a moon disk resting on a 1,000-petal lotus flower, which sits upon a jeweled throne. Homage to the Gurus, who embody all Buddhas, whose essence is a Vajra holder, and who are the root of the three jewels. Homage and praise to the radiant Amitabha, the Dharmakaya of all the bliss-gone ones of the three times, appearing as Avalokiteshvara, the 11-faced one, who gazes upon all beings of the 6 realms. Homage and praise to Avalokiteshvara, who with compassionate eyes watches over beings, who untainted by fault is white in color, and whose crown is adorned by the perfect Buddha. Homage and praise to the Sugatas of the 5 families who prevail over skillful means and supreme wisdom, and who, though inseparable from space-like Dharmakaya, emanate distinctly in rainbow-like forms. From the seed syllables at my heart emanate goddesses who offer flowers, incense, lamps, perfume, food, and the like. Vajra holder and others, please heed me. With heartfelt regret, I confess all transgressions of the 3 kinds of vows which I have committed while overpowered by ignorance. Whatever wrongs I have done at any time, I confess them with great fear. From now on, I will not allow them to happen again. I rejoice in all virtue, and I supplicate you to turn the wheel of Dharma. Holding in mind the awakened state of Buddhahood, I dedicate all virtues to supreme enlightenment. May all sentient beings be endowed, may they be free from all suffering, may they never be without happiness, may they abide in a great equanimity.
Om Sabhava Shuddha Savatama Sabhava Shuddha Om Shuna Tanjana Beta Sup Emagua Yondo Dibe Diba Juno Tom Jitumba Ju Nani Bima Tao Doi Jinka Karnya Kangwe and Rosin Shaka Unchu Sim Chin Tung Send Send Shibim Nesindo Baba Sim Chin Lion Zili Joju Tong Shopo Tong So ju so ji so se na ji zhang de la ten ba ye ge ji ni la pi ma ne shi tang ji pa yong je lai na nian pa pa jin kun do kar po la zo ji xiao ji xiao ji zo jo go yu jiang ma te ten wu jia yi ma yong ge ma te ten wu ma yi ka xian yang jiu no xie jiu jian de ten chu ya na bo ne jian shen ji zi chu ni jin de de ma xie jian ma bu zu de den ba yi ji ban gu jie na ba sa cai so ji tang bo ni to kar ta ja ni be ran zhen sun ben zhe jin de xie pen ko lo zhen ba de 永劫你辈辈嘛，当孙辈接路也把也，那就用尊尊吧，我的老上那个家当。我就从你至今，这铁道东朝所能及，爱得今日的。我能人清净常现，各度那么用吧，那日都不必用它吧。感谢日界上头，今有大结局变真，何日个不错？这别他个大为真，这个不不大浪的今日，口都知不知道这。
Om Svabhava Shuddha Savadhamma Svabhava Shuddhoham Om Shunyata Jnana Vajra Svabhavatmakoham. All phenomena that are subsumed under perceiver and perceived become empty. From within this state, the nature of my mind appears as a white tree upon a lotus and moon disk. From it, light streams forth and fulfills the purpose of sentient beings. The light then gathered back into the tree, which transforms into a golden lotus marked with a tree. From the tree, light emanates once again in the form of hooks and lassos that invite the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 10 directions. They dissolve into the lotus and tree, and instantly transform into me, appearing as a noble Avalokiteshvara. My body is youthful, white in color, with 11 faces. The main face is white, the right face is green, and the left face is red. Above them, the middle face is green, the right face is red, and the left face is white. Above them, the middle face is red, the right face is white, and the left face is green. These faces have a peaceful expression. Above all of them is a black, wrathful face with 3 eyes, bare fangs, and a menacing, frowning grimace. Above it, a red, peaceful face with a crown protrusion. Unadorned, it is visible from the neck up. Of my 8 main hands, the first 2 on top are folded in prayer at my heart. Below it, the second right hand holds a crystal mala. The third is in the gesture of supreme generosity, and the fourth holds a wheel. The second left hand holds a lotus. The third holds an anointing vase, and the fourth holds a bow and an arrow. My remaining 992 hands are in the gesture of supreme giving, and each of the 1,000 hands has an eye on its palm. I am adorned with ornaments of precious gems, and I am wearing an upper garment of antelope skin draped over my left breast. My lower garment is made from Benares, my crown is adorned with a diadem beautiful silks, and I emit rays of white light. At my heart, upon a moon disk, is the white letter Shri, whose light rays invite Avalokiteshvara and his retinue from the pure land of Potala. Homage and praise to Avalokiteshvara, who with compassionate eyes watches over beings, who untainted by fault is white in color, and whose crown is adorned by the perfect Buddha. Ja, Hum, Bam, Ho. We merge inseparably, and my three places become marked with the syllables Om, Ah, Hum. Again, light radiates from the tree at my heart, which causes the 5 Tathagatas to come here. From their hearts emanate the 4 mothers holding primordial wisdom nectar, with the use to bestow empowerment directly upon me. The nectar overflows and transforms into the essence of the Guru, appearing as Amitabha at my crown, Akshobhya at my forehead, Ratmasambhava behind my right ear, Amoghasiddhi behind my left ear, and Vairochana at the nape of my neck. Thus I am crowned by the lords of the 5 families. At my heart, upon a lotus and moon, is the essence of wisdom being the great compassionate one. He is the size of a thumb joint, and at his heart is a samadhi being appearing as a white letter She. From it, light issues forth and purifies the obscuration of all beings, and they all transform into the great compassionate one. The light then returns and dissolves back into the tree.
Namarana Traya Namaya Jana Sanguru Birutama Maharanjaya Tatangataya Arahati Sanyo Sambuddha Nama Sarva Dutangati Bi Samyo Sambuddhi Namaya Luke Choraya Buddhisatoya Masodoya Mahokuri Nikaya Eyata Daradara Dere 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 Ajavati Talitala Atalia Prata Gusuma Gusumavare Ilimile Titenda Lama Panasova Namarana Joyo Numoyo Jana Sangurum Beruta Maharanjaya Tutungudoya Arahati Sanyo Sambhadaya Namasato tango tibi o tibi Sangyo sumbi tibi Namaya lukati Sauraya buddhi satoya Masadoya makarinekaya Eya ta dara dara Nire dire duru duru Etevati tolitana, pratoli pratan, kusana kusamavar, ilimine titindola mapana sova, namore, daya namaya jana, sanguru birutan. Maharanjaya Tutungataya Arahati Samyo Sambhata Namasava Tutangati Bi Oti Samyo Sambhati Namaya Lokiti Choraya Buddha Satoya Masadoya Makarinikaya Eya ta dara dara, dire dire duru duru, ajava tali tali, atali prata, kusame kusumavari, ilimene titidula mapuno yesuva. Namorana joyo yo namaya jana sanguru darota maharanjaya tutungataya arahati sumyo sambhata namasu tutunguti adibe sanyo sambhati namaya loki Sauraya buddhi sato masadoya mahakarinikaya teya dara dara dire dire duru duru ajamati tulitva adami prata Kusame kusamavare limena chitindola mapana Nava Namarana Joyo Yo Namarana Sangura Berota Maharanjaya Tathangataya Arahati Sumyo Sambhata Namasava Tutunguti Bi O Tibi Samyo Sambhati Namaya Lokite Sauraya Buddhi Satoya Masadoya Mahakurinikaya Neya dara dara Dire dire duru duru Atravati tali tali Pratali prata Kusame kusamavar Elimele tutudula mapana sova Namarana jaya yo namaya jana Sanguru biruta Maharanjaya tathagataya Nahorti sumyo sambhutaya Namasava tutangati bi oti bi Sangyo sambhuti bi Namaya lokiti Churayo buddhi satoya Masadoya mahakarinaka Eya ta dara dara Nene dire duru duru Atavati tali tali Atali prata Kusana kusam Nari lemele chitte Mapanaya sola Eden Chujanapo, Ne Jinsum Jeti Chunyeji, Edena Jijan, Marpo Dudembani, Yemba Gurjanamba, Sato Sadi Dambani, Tagatajai. Drum Tensum Benchite, Yebe Kulo Zemba, Yujeni Pepe Mata, Sambe Jilo Yeba, Nedabyo Zemba, Ela Sani Good. Good Tani Chujinze, Eta Tojo Sanamje, Pedu Jin Dembao, No Renchin Jin Janshen, Kutuna Mayon Bana, Redo Bubeyon, Go Shere Kishan Taji. Yao Toji Jupin, Kapun Toaji, and the Shilip, Marpoten de Sajaji, Chardu Holy Matthew, Posanum Sajaji. Naru Cholirinjo, Nisipunjuji Sajaji, Nabda Omlenana, Zikarpo Sanchunjogita, Sandu Omletundu, Nejankajaji Sajaji, Penjaren Jinjinde, Jenesum Sembe Saule, Antushi Samba, Na Jinjan Tembe Nimeja.
Om Svabhava Shuddha Savadhamma Svabhava Shuddhoham. All phenomena become void. From within this state, from the tree at my heart emanates let a broom which travels to the space in front of me. The broom then melts and transforms into a palace of jewels, square with 4 doors. Inside is a jewel throne and a moon disk upon which is a multicolored 8-petal lotus. At its center is a tree which transformed into the great compassionate one, crystal clear, resembling me. His body is youthful, white in color, with 11 faces. The main face is white, the right face is green, and the left face is red. Above them, the middle face is green, the right face is red, and the left face is white. Above them, the middle face is red, the right face is white, and the left face is green. These faces have a peaceful expression. Above all of them is a black, wrathful face with 3 eyes, bare fangs, and a menacing, frowning grimace. Above it is a red, peaceful face with a crown protrusion, unadorned. It is visible from the neck up. Of its 8 main hands, the first 2 on top are folded in prayer at his heart. Below it, the second right hand holds a crystal mala. The third is in the gesture of supreme generosity, and the fourth holds a wheel. The second left hand holds a lotus, the third holds an anointing vase, and the fourth holds a bow and arrow. His remaining 992 hands are in the gesture of supreme giving, and each of the 1,000 hands has an eye on its palm. He is adorned with ornaments of precious gems, and wears an upper garment of an antelope skin draped over his left breast. The lower garment is made from Benares. The crown is adorned with a diadem beautiful silks, and he emits rays of white light. Above, a tree transformed into red Amitabha. his hands in the gesture of samadhi. In the east, a hum transformed into blue akshobhya, his hands in the earth-touching gesture. In the south, a tram transformed into yellow ratnasambhava, his hands in the gesture of supreme giving. In the west, an om transformed into white vairochana in the aspect of supreme awakening. In the north, an a transformed into green amokasiddhi, with his hands in the gesture of granting protection. All of them are adorned with jewels, and their 3 places are marked with the 3 seed syllables. The light radiating from the 3 syllables invites the wisdom beings who dissolve into him. Thus we have merged non-dually. Homage to the Gurus who embody all Buddhas, whose essence is a Vajra holder, and who are the root of the 3 jewels. Homage and praise to the radiant Amitabha, the Dharmakaya of all the bliss-gone ones of the 3 times, appearing as Avalokiteshvara, the 11-faced one, who gazes upon all beings of the 6 realms. Homage and praise to Avalokiteshvara, who with compassionate eyes watches over beings, who untainted by fault is white in color, and whose crown is adorned by the perfect Buddha. Homage and praise to the Sugatas of the 5 families who prevail over skillful means and supreme wisdom, and who, though inseparable from the space-like Dharmakaya, emanate distinctly in rainbow-like forms. From the seed syllable at my heart emanate goddesses who offer flowers, incense, lamps, perfumes, food, and the like.
사예 부추 조심해도 장르로는 제녀들 반대 산지신은 메드부 니누구는 젤라주보쇼 내지메라 선부대부 에산철라나 버티면 정신 대승대시 공부도부 다시보면 도시월매내시 남카다년 비로나도쇼 양당들요 이두지진보산들레 애시들들윤바 그분바용소
Vajra holder and others, please heed me. With heartfelt regret, I confess all transgressions of the three kinds of vows which I have committed while overpowered by the three poisons. Whatever wrongs I have done at any time, I confess them with great fear. From now on, I will not allow them to happen again. I rejoice in all virtue, and I supplicate you to turn the wheel of Dharma. Holding in mind the awakened state of Buddhahood, I dedicate all virtues to supreme enlightenment. The ground is sprinkled with scented water and strewn with flowers. It is adorned with Mount Meru, the four continents, the sun, and the moon. By visualizing it as Buddha realm and offering it, may all beings enjoy the perfect purity of this realm. Having offered this excellent and pleasing mandala, may we experience no obstacles on the path of true awakening. May we realize the enlightened mind of the Sugatas of the three times. May we neither stray into samsara nor rest in nirvana's peace. May all beings, limitless as the sky is vast, become liberated. Streams of primordial wisdom nectar descend from my fingers and those of the great compassionate one in front, filling the vase completely.
Namorana Jaya Namaya Jana Sangaran Beruta Varanjaya Tutungutaya Arahoti Suyusum Bedaya Namasavata Tangotibi Otibi Samyosum Bidibi Namaya Soraya Buddha Sadoya Masadoya Mahakari Nikaya Eya Tahum Dara Dara Eredere Duru Yeteva Chitalitana Pratale Pratan Kusama Kusamava Eliminated Lama Bu Nima Namorana Jaya Namaya Jana Sangaram Beruta Vaharanjaya Tutungutaya Arahoti Sumyosum Bedaya Namasava Tutungutibi Artibi Samyosum Bedaya Namaya Choraya Bodhisatoya Masadoya Mahakarinika Eyata Dara Dara Dire Dura Dura Eteva Chitalitala Pratale Prata Kusama Kusama Nilemene Titendo Lama Bu Nima Namarana Jaya Namaya Jana Sangaram Beruta Vaharanjaya Tathagata Arahati Samya Sambuddha Namasava Tathagati Ativi Samya Sambuddha Namoya Yaraya Buddhisatoya Masadoya Bakurinika Ayata Daradara Eredire Duradu Edevati Tolitala Ratale Prata Kusama Kusama Limine Chitendra Lama Bu Nima Namoranadaya Namayajana Sangulam Berota Maharajaya Tathagata Arahati Samya Sambuddha Namasava Tathagata Ativi Samya Sambuddha Namaya Suraya Buddhisatoya Sadoya Makarandaka Peyata Daradara Dire 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 Javati Talitana Pratali Prata Kusame Kusama Hari Limelitin Napana Soa Namorena Joyo Numaya Jan Sanguram Beruja Gaharanjaya Tathagata Arahati Samya Sambuddha Namasava Tathagata Ativi Samya Sambuddha Namo Yokite Uraya Buddhisatoya Sadoya Makurinika Ayata Daradara Dire Durudara Adivati Talitala Pratali Prata Kusama Kusama Nare Melatitim Mapana Sava Yodo Duru 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 Kusume Kusuma Limi Chitendala Mana So Yodo Duru 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 Kusume Kusuma Limi Chitendala Mana So Yado Duru 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 Kusume Kusuma Lamana So Yado Duru 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 Padare Padare Kusume Kusuma Lamana So Yada Duru 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 Kusume Kusuma Limi Chindra Mana So Yada Dara 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 Duli Duli Po Duli Po Kusume Kusuma Limi Chindra Mana So Yada Dara 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 Duli Duli Po Duli Po Kusume Kusuma Limi Napanaya so
Then I, the deity wisdom being, dissolve into the main deity in front, above my crowned Geloma Palma, who supplicates the Noble One on my behalf. In the English language, Geloma Palma's praise to the noble Lord Avalokiteshvara.
No, there's a bame, could take them. Oh, there's a no oh, so did it, oh, so Serge, number G. Oh, Tajana, Benton, Mass and Chip. Oh, Sheredi, oh, Ginger, Mancho, those I am. Oh, cover don't know go to it. Oh, to me, I can't take some bend. Oh, the pills, the terrible. Oh, Pena thought us on a sleep. Oh, to go to the oh, and Chima, companion, Alone children, something or the Bob and my backup. No need to do begin on Joe. Oh, to Mamma, Papa, Mentolane. Oh, the women, Payment of Joe. Oh, Sijakaran, Solano, oh, to the trip, resolution, oh, to Beijing, John, so cheap person. Oh, Chony, so no more, so. Oh, to do, and you live on yourself. Yes, and then the Jan could you do what oh, the Jinjo, the phone to oh, Sijak and the dash, yeah. Oh, Tambaniza, yeah, man. Oh, I'm to do the ship. Oh, Donia, so she did by now. Oh, me to the church, all the do. Oh, can you do the Torana? 你今天是讲不老师，也对不着的大家说对，那天的基本那不美，容就得到毛就汤。你听见的那个吧，等等就等我不啰嗦，让你跟是把心家对。我来做对当当不对，我特别讲要特别这般子，我今天生前我就啰嗦的，我的些把面口的困让人，我的些那太的些，我生就的到这往事，我生用世界根本那不的。这件那本成马神去，写的几把头头子，境界本满求得上演，可懂得那个真爱的，真没强没得从本子，这辈子家人们不听，别满操他上能啊是。中国这些多大的结局，人情嘛不风把你那天，我们这点什么的结局，这大爸爸那妈呀爸爸，你就都给紧紧能讲，芝麻没白白没着了呢，对我那白的。世界可让错了那只，都是这辈子想到这，特别紧张，操心怕日生，求你说那么不就说，到对人就那个那些，什么在间可就知不得，如今就得都放出来点。世界看的这些样，从被你说也办的，我们知道了就知道些，用着你我相信对吧你，我们做到却做了这，看也得到突然了那个，也今日是讲不老实。也对本桥的大家说的，那天的基本那本美，终究得到毛家汤，看见等见等来那个八个等就，见等个不啰嗦，弄见等了马是不生的的，所以就都当当不得。特别讲究特别这般子，两极天生见过做啰嗦，老的些把面可得更上阵，的些那么太的是，孙就的到这公司，三用世界平门那不进。这件那本成马神就，写的这把头头子，境界白马桥头上演呀，可我懂得那个真爱的，只没钱没得从本子，这辈子家人没本子，本来操大上能啊是，东个本来。东哥之间都当这些事，人情嘛不把你来见，我们全都是什么就解决，是都不把那嘛样八个，你就都给点钱能讲，芝麻没把别人错了呢，对我们那别人都讲。世界可能错了那的，但是这辈子相当的，特别紧张，做紧怕日生，求你是那么不就说，到对人就那个那些，顺到最近可就不得，如今就得都蹦出来点儿。 我世界更多这些人，我曾被那些人绑在吧，我们帮助着那些这都是吧，我用着你伤心的把年，我没错的全错了着，我刚也都突然了那个，也今天在讲我老师。对别讲的他讲啥对的，那对那基本那不美，那讲的他妈讲他，天天在那个把空中就，就等我不啰嗦，龙就等那马是不顺着的，我所有做都让唱不对。特别讲究，特别这般的，今天瞬间公布出了son，老的些把美国的工厂的，的些呢他就是，所去的都这公司，所用世界百万那边的，这些人变成马上去。现在这把刀问题，今天白马就都上演呀，可我懂得能够知美的，知美前面最聪明的，这辈子家人马不进，白马做大山的马子，懂个知见多大的学习。人起码不毛你那点，我们就跟什么都叫解决，这大爸爸那妈呀爸卡，你就都给你进那枪，这么没求了呢，对我那别人都讲，世界开让求了那这，都是这我想当人。特别紧张，做紧把人生。求你说那么我就说，多人就没干那事。顺到这件可就记不动，那请求的都蹦出来家。世界更多这些人，从不那世界满的，我们这那这都行。多年伤心的把年，阿弥陀的全从来这，可也都突然了那个，你进来这就路是，也对边求的多就说的，那对那基本那边没，永久的他忙就通。那个把根的就。
I prostrate to the protector of the universe, the guru of the universe, unabiding beings of all three realms, praised by God's Marabama, wish granting, King of sages, supreme protector, I prostrate, noble body containing all bliss gone. Once your crowns adorned with a Buddha boundless light, you turn right as if too hungry. Ghosts you left sands adorned with a gold lotus. Your perfume hair flashes with lighting bound up like red gold garlands. Oh, your face is beautiful, shining full moon, and your lotus eyes are white, so exquisite. You smell smelling bodies, white as a snow in coat, your hotly glittering pearls. You are decked in radiance like the red of dawn. Your heart spread like perfect lotuses arranged on a steel lake. You stink like the autumn clouds. Many jewels adorn your shoulders, you young palms are exquisite, soft and tender as new leaves. Your spread is covered by antelope hide, beautified by funny wristbands, anklets. You abide on a pristine pure Loosen your belly smoother the lotus petal. You sublime gold bed is studded with fine gems from your hips, thread garments of the finest silk, soapy wisdom of the Buddha gone be. Young gathering vast merit, you reach the sublime lower realms, liberated source of the light. You dispel age and disease, you are supreme among beings, victor over Maras. Holds golden necks and genial beautify your feet. You for boundless set sick you beings in peace, dignified like elephant, graceful as swan, doctrine's keeper, all accumulations, done savor from the oceans of milk and water. Man or woman, if you rise each day at dawn, devote your mind with respect to Chenre Zik, and you praise him with his excellent pure song. Recite clearly and purely, then all of your worldly and transcendent wishes will be fulfilled in his life and all of your future lives. I prostrate to the protector of the universe, the guru of the universe, honored by beings of all three realms, praised by gods, Marabama, wish granting, king of sages, supreme protector. I prostrate, noble body containing all bliss gone. Once you crowns adorned with the Buddha boundless light, you turn right side hips to hungry ghosts. You left hands adorned with a gold lotus. Your perfume hair flashes with lighting bound up like red gold garlands. Oh, your face is beautiful, shining full moon, and your lotus eyes are white, so exquisite. You smelling bodies white as a snowing coat, your hopefully glittering pearls. You are dipped in radiance like the red of dawn. Your heart spread like perfect lotuses, arranged on a steel lake. You sting like the atom clouds. Many jewels adorn your shoulders. You young palms are exquisite, soft and tender as new leaves. Your last spread is covered by antelope hide, beautified by funny rings, bracelets, anklets. You are Madonna, pristinely pure. Loosen your belly smoother the lotus petal. You soy blanc gold bed is studded with fine gems from your hips, thread garments of the finest silk, supreme wisdom of the Buddha gone be. Young gathering vast merit, you reach the sublime lower realms, liberated source of the light. You dispel age and disease, you are supreme among beings, victor over Maras. Holds golden necklace, jingling beautify your feet. You for boundless static, you beings in peace, dignified like elephant, graceful as swan, doctrine's keeper, all accumulations, done savor from the oceans of milk and water. Man or woman, if you rise each day at dawn, devote your mind with respect to Chenre Zik, and you praise him with his excellent pure song. Recite clearly and purely, then all of your worldly and transcendent wishes will be fulfilled in this life and all of your future lives. I prostrate to the protector of the universe, the guru of the universe, honored by beings of all three realms, praised by gods, Marabama, wish granting, king of sages, supreme protector. I prostrate, noble body containing all bliss gone. Once you crowns adorned with the Buddha boundless light, you turn right as used to hungry ghost. You left hands adorned with a gold lotus. Your perfume hair flashes with lighting bound up like red gold garlands. Oh, your face is beautiful, shining full moon, and your lotus eyes are White so exquisite you smelling bodies, white as a snow in coat you hopefully glittering. Pearls you are dipped in radiance like the red of down your heart spread like perfect lotus Susa. Range on a steel lake you sting like the atom. Clouds, many jewels are on your shoulders, you young. Palms are exquisite, soft and tender as new leaves. You let spread is covered by antelope. Hide beautified by funny wrist blessed anklets. You are bowed on a pristine pure. To send your belly smoother than lotus petal. Your sublime gold bed is studded with fine gems from your hips, thread garments of the finest silk. Supreme wisdom of the Buddha gone be. Young gathering must merit you reach the sublime. Lower realms liberate us so softly. Light you dispel age and disease, you are supreme. Human beings, victor over Maras. Holds golden nectar and gingin beautify your feet. You for boundless static you beings in peace dignify like elephant graceful as swan. Doctrines keeper all accumulations. Dance savor from the oceans of milky water. Men or women, if you rise each day at down, devote your mind with respect to Chen Rezik, and you praise him with his excellent pure song. Recite clearly and purely, then all of your worthy and transcendent wishes will be fulfilled in this life and all of your future lives.
Bema Sado Samaya, Mama Polaya, Bema Sado Pinova, Tidonja Mebava, Tidonja Mebava, Tidonja Mebava, Savasade Mebava, Savaka Masudame, Tidonja Kuru, Ha, Hupan, Odo Dodo Bema, Medo Bema, Masamaya Sadu, Bautin, Gurin,
Please grant your blessing that the teachings and the holders of the teachings will remain for a long time, and that myself and all sentient beings may train in bodhicitta. Grant your blessing that we may fully attain the union of shamatha and vipassana, and that we may perfectly realize omniscient wisdom.
Om Sabhava Shuddha Sodhana Sabhava Shuddha
This form I endowed with perfect color, adore, taste, and potency, I offer to the noble Lord Avalokiteshvara, the Buddhas, and the Bodhisattvas. In this and all my future lives, may I be born in a good family, and may I be endowed with a clear intellect free from pride, and may I have great compassion and devotion to the Guru. May my samaya with Chenrezig remain firm. May bodhicitta, the precious and supreme mind, arise in whom it has not yet arisen. May it has arisen, may it not decline, but never and ever increase higher and higher. By offering a bath with scented stream of nectar to the protector Avalokiteshvara, a lamp for wandering beings, may all defilements and the two kinds of obscurations of all beings be completely purified, and may there be the auspiciousness for all beings to achieve the stainless three kayas. Exalted Lord, please heed me. I request you to forgive my lack of clarity in meditation, corrupted mantra recitations, and impure activities regarding cleanliness, all of which I have committed while controlled by lethargy and agitation.
Om Dhamma Sato Samaya Mama Palaya Pama Sato Dhinapa Tidandundu Me Baba Sutu Kayo Me Sabujayo Me Baba Anurudu Me Baba Savasite Me Bhaja Savakama Sut Yadanchayam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Savato Tandodo Pima Mami Mila Pima Baba Samaya Sato A No mani peme hon rangi no gamba pancho ye ke chuma sunju tani pobe de ye chube de zamba juji lo ya ju tamar ju.
In the space before me, the exalted noble one who was born from the 6 syllables, he bathes me with the nectar that flows from his fingers, which purifies the 3 obscuration. The deity then dissolves into my crown. Dedication from Shantideva, the way of Bodhisattvas. By all the virtue I have now amassed by composition of this book, which speaks of entry to the Bodhisattva way, may every being tread the path to Buddhahood. May beings everywhere who suffer torment in the minds and bodies have, by virtue of my merit, joy and happiness in boundless measure. As long as they may linger in samsara, may the present joy know no decline, and may the taste of unsurpassed beatitude in constant and unbroken continuity. Throughout the spheres and reaches of the world, in hellish states, wherever they may beings fettered there tormented taste the bliss and peace of Sukhavati. May those caught in freezing ice be warmed, and from the massing clouds of Bodhisattvas' prayers may torrents rain in boundless streams to cool those burning in infernal fires. May forests where the leaves are blades and swords become sweet groves and pleasant woodland glades, and may the trees of miracles appear, supplanting those upon the hill of Shalmali. And may the very pits of hell be sweet with fragrant pools, all perfumed with the scent of lotuses, be lovely with the cries of swan and goose, and waterfowl too pleasing to the ear. May fiery coals turn into heaps of jewels, the burning ground become a crystal floor, the crushing hills celestial abodes, adorned with offerings, the dwelling place of Buddhas. May the hail of lava, fiery stones, and weapons henceforth become a rain of blossoms, and those whose hell it is to fight and wound be turned to lovers, offering the flowers. And those engulfed in fiery Vaitarani, the flesh destroyed, the bones bleached white as Akunda flowers, may they through all my merit strength have godlike forms, and sport with goddesses in Mandakini's peaceful streams. What fear is it, they ask, that grips the henchmen of the deadly Lord, the frightful wild vulture and the carrion crows? What noble strength is it that brings us joy and drives away our dreadful night? And looking skyward, they will see the shining form of Vajrapani. And may their sins be quenched in joy, and may they go to him. And when they see the seething lava flood of hell extinguished in a rain of blossoms, drenched in scented water, at once, fulfilled in bliss, they ask, how can this be? And thus the densities of hell will see the one who holds the lotus. Friends, throw away your fears and quickly gather here, for who is it who comes to banish dread, this youth with bound-up gleaming hair, this loving bodhisattva saving and protecting every being, whose power relieves all pain, increasing joy? Do you see the splendor of his house that echoes praises of 1,000 goddesses, the 100 gods who lay their diadems before his lotus feet, the rain of flowers falling on his head, his eyes moist with compassion? Thus may those in hell cry out on seeing Manjughosha. And likewise, when through these my roots of virtue they see the joyful clouds let fall their cooling scented rain, the obscurations cleansed by bodhisattvas like Samantabhadra, may all those languishing in hell come now to perfect happiness. And may the stooping animals be freed from fear of being preyed upon each other's food, and may the famished spirits have such joy as those who dwell within the northern continent. And may they be replete and satisfied by streams of milk that pour from noble Lord Avalokita's hand, and bathing in it may they be refreshed and cooled. And may the blind receive the sight, and may the deaf begin to hear, and women near the time bring forth like Maya Devi, free from any pain. And may the naked now be clothed, and all the hungry eat their fill, and may those parched with thirst receive pure waters and delicious drink. May the poor and destitute find wealth, the haggard and the careworn joy. May confidence relieve those in despair and bring them steadfastness and every excellence. May every being ailing with disease be freed at once from every malady. May all the sickness that afflicts the living be instantly and permanently healed. May those who go in dread have no more fear. May captives be unchained and now set free. And may the weak receive their strength. May living beings help each other in kindness. May travelers upon the road find happiness no matter where they go, and may they gain without the need of toil the goals on which they set their hearts. May those who put to sea in boat or ship attain the ports that they desire, and may they safely come to shore in sweet reunion with their kith and kin. May those who lose their way and stray in misery find fellow travelers, and safe from the threat of thieves and savage beasts, be tireless and the journey light. May children and the old, the weak, protectless, bewildered in the wild and pathless wastes, and those whose minds are dulled and all are insane, have pure celestial beings as their guardians. May all attain the human state, and be possessed of wisdom, faith, and love. With perfect livelihood and sustenance, may they have mindfulness throughout their lives. May everyone have unrestricted wealth, just like the treasury of space, enjoying it according to their wish, without a trace of harm or enmity. May beings destitute of splendor become magnificent and bright, and may those worn down by toil or drudgery acquire great beauty and perfection. May all the women in this world attain the strength of Tara, and may the lowly come to excellence, and the proud of haughty lose their arrogance. And thus by all the merit I have gained, may every being living on a side abandon all their evil ways, embracing goodness now and evermore. From bodhicitta may they never separate, and constantly engage in bodhisattva deeds, and may they be accepted as disciples by the Buddhas, and turn aside from what is Mara's work. And may these beings, each and every one, enjoy an unsurpassed longevity, living always in contentment. May the very name of death be strange to them. On every side, in all the 10 directions, may groves of wish-fulfilling trees abound, resounding with the sweetness of the teachings spoken by the Buddhas and the Bodhisattva children. And may the earth be awesome everywhere, free from boulders, cliffs, and adjustments, flat and even like a level palm and smooth like lapis lazuli. And for many circles of disciples, may a multitude of bodhisattvas rise in every land, adorning them with every excellence. From bird song and the signing of the trees, from shafts of light and from the sky itself, may living beings, each and every one, perceive the constant sound of Dharma. May they come into the presence of the Buddha, and meet with bodhisattvas offsprings of the same, with clouds of offerings unbounded. May the teachers of the world be worshipped. May kindly spirits bring the rains on time for harvest to be rich and plentiful. May princes rule according to the truth, and may the world be blessed with all prosperity. May medicines be strong and full of virtue. May healing spells be chanted with success. May spirits of the air that feed on flesh be kind, the minds imbued with pity. And let no being ever suffer pain. Let them neither ail nor languish, never doing evil. May they have no fear, nor suffer insults, and may their minds be ever free from sorrow. In monasteries, temples, and the like, may reading and reciting widely flourish. May harmony prevail among the Sangha, and may its purpose be all fulfilled. May ordained monks intent upon the practice find perfect places for retreat in solitude, abandon every vagrant thought and meditate with trained and serviceable minds. May nuns have all their wants supplied. May quarreling, vindictiveness be strange to them. Let all who have embraced monastic life uphold a pure and unimpaired observance. May they feel regret when discipline is broken, and always may they strive to cleanse away their faults. May they thus obtain a fortunate rebirth wherein to undertake unfailing discipline. May the wise and learned be revered and always be sustained by offerings. With minds suffused with purity, may their renown spread far and wide. May beings never languish in the lower realms. May pain and hardship be unknown to them. Enjoying more than godlike strength and beauty, may Buddhahood for them be swiftly gained. Again and yet again may sentient beings make offerings to all the Buddhas, and with Buddha's unimagined bliss, may they enjoy undimmed and constant happiness. May all the Bodhisattvas now fulfill the high intention for the sake of beings, and sentient beings likewise now receive the good the Buddhas have in store for them. And may the Arahat and Paryataka Buddhas at length attain their perfect happiness. And may I also, through Manjushi's kindness, reach the ground of perfect joy, and throughout the stream of all my lives embrace monastic ordination. And may I abide sustained by simple, ordinary fare, in every life obtain a dwelling place in perfect solitude. Whenever I desire to gaze on him or to put to him the slightest question, may I behold the unobstructed vision of Manju Gosha, my protector. To satisfy the needs of beings dwelling in the 10 directions to the margins of the sky, may I reflect in every deed the perfect exploits of Manjushri. And now, as long as space endures, as long as there are beings to be found, may I continue likewise to remain to drive away the sorrows of the world. The pains and sorrows of all wandering beings, may they ripen only on myself, and may the virtuous company of bodhisattvas bring about the happiness of beings. May the doctrine, only remedy for suffering, the source of every bliss and happiness, be nurtured and upheld with reverence, and throughout a vast continuous of time endure. And now to Manju Gosha I prostrate, whose kindness is is the wellspring of my good intent. And to my virtuous friends I now also bow, whose inspiration gave me strength to grow.
Tom Jin Jin Bala Sam Zalon Tar Sanje Jum Dende Tene Te Jin She Ba Ra Jum Ba Yang Da Ba Zu Be San Ri Ba Dan Shab Su Den Ba De War Shi Ban Jik Din Jim Jivandarva Kalu Jirva Lanami Latamanam Jetumba Jum Dende So Tene Te Yin Shikpa Te Dane Sunam Dage Juntum Give Zavanam Chu Mezava Zubata Gerabda Jim Sonam je ter nam je bebji zangbo nam je te se nam je me to je pa je re pan tum thong nam tum pa me pa te pe mu pa nam ba ga va shirab se je manu Tom Nam La Zewa Me Pa Sim Chin Tam Che Je Tun Ba San Cho Sen Ba Nam Je Ya Pak Ba Kan Za Nam Je Jar NyungNe Len De Pe Chon Che Ton Ro Wa Nam Je Te Hi Shi Pa De Me Pa Po Pa Sam Je Me Cha Pa Son Nam Bar Ta Yang Yin Pa Ku Se Ta Wen Cho Me Shi Pa Ku Song Pa Me Tu Pa Ta Ki Ma Gu Pa Zok Ta Ki Nye War Ma Gu Zok Mi Pa Ta Ta Man De Dong Ha Ta Le Nam Pa Cho Wa Pung Bo Na Rab De Cho Wang Ke Nam Ta Ke Dem Na Ya Jin Xi Nam Dam Ba Du Pa Nam Xin De Jie Yong Su Dong Wa Ta Le Nam Pa Cho Si Pa Le Cho Wa Cho Wo Le Gar Wa Yi Xi Yong Su Zo Ne pa tang ma zung pa tar 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 song san je chom din de nam je yi shi la ne NyungNe la ne pa la men ne yang tak pa ni jen ta la ne pa sin chin tam che la zik sa la yo pa de da ne san je chom din de nam je ke che yon tin yang tak pa nam so te me tam be chu ne to mar ge par de ge wa ta mar ge Dong zang bo cheng zhe zang bo man de pa yong so zhou yong so tak pa yong so sang Chom den de jie chu lek par song ba yang tak pan thong wa ne mi Du che pa me pa nye war dun ba den thong wa la dong yu Ke pa nam je so so rang ge re pa sa Chom den de je sung be chun dro wa la lek par dun ba ni par jong Dục pe san chok tun ro a se pa nam thun pa me jing du pa tang din pa yu pa jo che pa wo tek pa jen bu gen du ne lek par sho pa rik par sho Chong pur sho pa thun pur sho pa tham mo jar ve u su jo Sa sa ve u su jo pa so nam je par je shen Yong yong so jong wa chen po jum pe ne so jo Kun de yang jin be ne so jo Qian bo wo san je yong din san me chap Tam be chu jang san me chap Pak pe gen dun san me chap San me chap la te ze ne Nam bara me bang san me chap Nam da xin de je wa shu Om guru ben zan ne ve te a ho Om sarva buddha bodhi sato bayo ben zan ne ve te a ho Om karma deva mendala ben zan ne ve te a ho Om Shri Dharma Pala Banda Nevede Aho O Hare Te Soha O Hare Te Mahabedza Yachana Hara Har Sarva Pamba Makcham Sova O Acha Pendra Ashibi Soha
The unsurpassed teacher, the precious awakened one, the unsurpassed protector, the precious noble Dharma, the unsurpassed guide, the precious Sangha, to the object of refuge, the three jewels, I make offerings.